but there's strength within you even when you feel weak. Keep fighting! Gotta love it!
Can you hear me now? Of course you can. Of fucking course. You fucking prick, dude. Hello. My God. Oh, I'm good now. Of course I am. Of course I fucking am. Sorry. I'm kind of pissed off now. I'm fucking frustrated. Joan, if you're in here, I sent you the link on StreamYards. I'm going to turn on language. My bad, guys. I had set all this shit up prior to me going live. The motherfucker doesn't want to work appropriately, you know? And that's some bullshit because I literally just fucking got this. And so, excuse my language, you know, but it is a little frustrating for me. So, I'm going to turn on a song. We're going to fucking pimp that shit. And hopefully Joan comes up here soon. Cheers and much love all. I'm going to roll a joint too. So, yes, I hope everybody's doing well. If nobody's told you guys lately, you're doing a great job. Can't even. Sorry, guys. Of course. Of fucking course, right? All right, so I sent it to you again, Joan. How's everybody doing? Sorry about my ill temper. I just got a little frustrated, and now all my shit is lagging, even my camera. I don't fucking care right now, dude. I'm gonna roll a fatty. Fuck it. Whatever. Drop, fall, break. I don't give a fuck. Cause I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you or anything that you do. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in high. Oh, we're gonna play this one by Frozen Fury. Hell yes. 009. I am sending it through Messenger, Joan. I've sent it twice through Messenger. Lurking in the background. Cheers, David. Thanks for joining. Will you give it to me?
Looking at my own reflection, when suddenly it changes, finally it changes. Now there is no turning back now. Woken up the demon. Yeah,
Come on, kick a bit down the sickness. It has been, Jerry. Give it to me. Come on, get down with the sickness. Down with the sickness. Is there anything new with anybody? Are you down with the sickness? Like our homeboy right here?
The sickness is rising. Don't try to deny what you feel. It seems that all that once good has died and is decaying in me. It seems I'm having some trouble in dealing with
These changes. I'm dealing with these changes.
Oh,
don't.
Now that you've woken up the demon, the enemy. Get down with the sickness. Get down with the sickness. Get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it run to me. Get down with the sickness.
What is up, lady? How you doing?
I'm fabulous. What are you doing?
I'm here.
I'm
Gonna roll one up.
Did you get a new mic?
I did, but it's fucking with me. I had it all set up and everything, and I had to plug in my old one so it could work. Because StreamYard wants to recognize my Blue Yeti, but it don't want to recognize my new shit. And it's fucked up because I got a soundboard and everything now. It's pretty fucking cool. But whatever.
Whatever. Well, I got a new webcam. I'm trying it out now.
Nice. Hola.
I had trouble with it too. I have every time I want to use it, I have to go and open a program in order to get it to go. You can't do it on the StreamYard. I have to separately go open a program. I'm like, okay, we're going to do this, are we? All right, sure. I'll do it.
It's
So,
kind of lame
but
right
I
now.
can move it around now. It was the gift. Oh, it was the gift. Oh,
Had to match it up.
So thank you. He's in the chat.
Awesome.
Jerry got it for me. So I could share my
Nice.
ducks. I can put
What's
camera
up,
out here and
Hacksaw?
share my ducks on my stream. So I like it's pretty bad. Anyways, how's your week
Yeah.
been? It's been a whole week since we've chatted. Tell me.
I know.
what's
I
going
haven't
on.
even seen you really go live lately, to be honest.
Take some time off.
I could tell. Yep.
I've been doing things. I'm hanging up. I got my wall done here. Looks
Nice.
fantastic. And let's see.
You're just pimping that shit.
I cleaned my room today.
Huh?
I cleaned my bedroom today.
Woohoo! I've been working on my room because I've still been like, it's difficult. I'll be real. Like, it's difficult to move from a house to a fucking a cabin, you know?
Right?
And so I've been still learning where to put everything. That makes sense.
Well,
Let's
see,
put this-
I've been here now. Let's see.
There we
I've
go.
been here now 2 years. This is my third year.
Mhm.
And I still have stuff in boxes. So it takes me such a long time to get comfortable, you know, because I'm just assuming everything's gonna fall apart at any given moment.
Right?
So I finally feel
Exactly.
really comfortable here. Like I don't think I'm
Right.
going anywhere. So I've started
Right.
unpacking, hanging things on the wall, and I've still got a few more boxes of knickknacks and patty wax and
Did you give your
things
dog a
that
bone?
I need to go through. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, do you like my hoodie?
You be pimping, chica.
But it was cold. It's cold. So I thought I could wear it or if I got cold, because so I have my Major League Soccer. Oh wait, there it is. Scar.
Woohoo.
Olay, olay.
Ole, ole.
Olay.
Hey.
And I have a set of balls on my head, Mother Nature. Olay!
On that note, what kind of news did you have to present to us today, Joan?
Touchdown!
Woohoo! She won, guys. Score for Joan. Caw.
I worked on that one. I worked on that today. It worked. It did. Look. Anyway,
What's up, old stonerd? Cheers on me.
I'm glad you're
All
laughing
right.
now.
Take it easy, Highwayman. Thanks for coming in, man. Good to see you. Say hi sometime. All right. So, did you have anything?
Oh, I do. I do have 3 things. I have 3 things.
Awesome.
You want me to share them with you?
Yes.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna pull this one over here. I don't know, but if I was on a date right now and I could see me, I have really good lighting right here at this table. I think our entire date should just be right here. In this spot. I'm not even gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna hold it.
Awesome, Joan. Awesome.
Okay. Oh God. Let me pull it up.
3 is the magic number. You guys are bad.
Is it that one?
You are not sharing nothing.
Oh, I got it. Okay, hold on. I know which one it is now. Okay. All right, so I do. There's my screen. Okay. So this was my first one. I found this one on NPR. Okay, and it came out. Let's see. Oh, I gotta pull it back again. It's 21st of January, so it's not today, but new. Sounded interesting. It says, did you ever Well, here, I don't have to read it. I can just play it, but I will because I don't want to listen to 2 minutes. Did you ever hear the news and just wanted to scream? So an elementary school teacher in New York City has made a hotline where tens of thousands of people have called in to vent their feelings. If you ever hear the news and just want to scream, there's a number you can dial and let it all out. Or you can just come to our channels. We'll let you do that. Well, let one of the callers explain. So an unidentified caller number 1 says, there's literally just a line where you can call to just scream into the void. So if you're having a bad day, just go call and go scream. And so anyway, I thought this was fun. Okay. You can just do what you can call. So it has the number. I'll put the link in if anybody wants to go check it out. But it made me think of something. And this is what it made me think of. So does anybody remember this from like the 70s?
Good afternoon, sir. May I help you?
Yes, I'd like to have an argument, please.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Certainly, sir.
By myself
I've been here
now.
before.
No, this is my first time.
I see. Well, do you want to have just one argument, or were you thinking of taking a course?
Well, what is the cost?
Yes, it's £1 for a 5-minute argument, but only £8 for a course of 10.
Well, I think I'll just try the one and see how it goes from there.
Fine. Ah, yes. Try Mr. Barnard, room 12.
Thank you very much. What do you want? Well, I was told. Don't give me that, you snotty-faced heap of parrot droppings. What? Shut your festering gob, you tit. Your type
Makes me puke.
Like your stuffy nose. Listen, I came here for an argument.
Oh, I thought you came here for abuse.
I want room 12A next door. Thank you very much.
My bad.
That's all.
Here it is, like.
Is this the right room for an argument? I told you once.
If I've told you once.
No, you haven't. Yes, I have. When? Just now. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. You didn't. I did.
Classic.
I'm telling you, I did. No, sir. Is this the 5-minute argument or the full half hour? Oh, I see. Just the 5 minutes. Just the 5 minutes. Right. Thank you. Anyway, I did. Oh, no, you didn't. Now, let's get one thing absolutely clear. I most definitely told you. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. 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 No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yes, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Well, look, this isn't an argument. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. It's just contradiction. No, it isn't. It is. It is not. It is. Just contradiction. I did not. It did.
Anyway, that's what it reminded me of. And then, do you have something? And then I can share the rest of mine later.
No, help yourself, please.
Okay. So the next thing I have is I found this to be quite fascinating right here. Also comes from NPR News. It says a magic trick unveiled 100 years ago still intrigues audiences. This came from January 18th. And it said a century ago, English magician P.T. Selbit debunked a trick in London. He debuted a trick, and he sawed a woman in half. The illusion continues to be popular with audiences, and magicians are always looking for volunteers. Anyway, this is all it says. So good morning. I'm Steve. 100 years ago this weekend, magician P.T. Selbit debuted a trick in London. He asked a woman to climb into a box, and he sawed her in half. In one of the most compelling tricks ever seen on stage. It's not performed on an object, but on a person who seems to be in danger. Selbit innovation was passed down through the generations, and the illusion has now lasted a century. That is, if it is an illusion, it's morning edition. But what's interesting about this is 100 years old, just so happened to be an anniversary. So then I wanted to go check it out. So I found this clip of Dante the magician sawing a lady in half from the 1950s and thought this was super rad.
Salabim.
Sim Salabim. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Art Baker has told you the story, so let's get right on with the problem. But first, may I call your attention to the simplicity of the arrangement. A skeleton casket scarcely large enough to accommodate Miss Miller, resting upon a 4-inch platform or table. May I introduce lovely Miss Moya Miller?
In 1933, the addition of Moyle Miller as Dante's principal assistant and later
A
artist.
lady.
Has the unforeseen happened, such as an accident? You are equally responsible with me.
I think this stuff is so cool. Screaming.
You didn't pinch her? Did you tickle her feet? Must have stuck a rib.
Yeah.
We cut it too close. Pull out the feet gently, please, about 2 or 3 inches. Young man wants to do the 2 halves. Pick up the box. And let's go to the feet. Move the feet now. And to satisfy you that they're real flesh and blood, move the toes. Move the left foot, the right foot, both feet. And move the hands. That is right. And Mr. Baker, please. That's locked securely and unlock it, please. Thank you. Yes. And you likewise. Feet, please.
Ta-da!
Props and paraphernalia can capture the audience's imagination, but when they are put away, the complete conjurer is it.
Anyway, so, but that wasn't all that there was to that. I just find that stuff cool.
What a picture to end that on, though, huh?
I know, right? Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So, do you remember when we had the Capitol storm, right? And we saw this little, oh, look at you, mama.
Oh yeah. Cheers. Pimpin'. That's a monster. It'll help me feel better.
I bet it will. It's gonna make me feel better.
Fucking better. Shit, no.
So this
Cheers,
little,
everybody.
this little golden nugget of weirdness. This little, I don't know. You know, I'm not a big fan of millennials, but whatever. You know, these people are fabulous. So anyway, he has this tattooed. I did a little video on it because I found it interesting. Everybody kept saying it was Thor's hammer, and I was like, yeah, it's not Thor's hammer. That looks like something different, and it made me think of like one of those pendulum thingies, you know, saw people in half, right?
Yeah.
And so that, and it's right on his butt, right where they saw you in half. Do you see where it's at?
Yeah.
And guess what else happens? So this didn't happen on the anniversary of the saw the woman in half trick. No, something else. This happened before that anniversary. You want to know what happened on the day? 100 years ago to the day on that date on January, what is it, 17th?
What happened?
Oh God. Look at this. 10 things you need to know. that happened today on January 17th, 2021. Oh, God. Oh, you scroll down. Ooh, he's expected to deliver and optimistic. And then it goes, he introduces his science team. That little shit. That gross people. Did you see that science team? Anyway, I'm telling you, that's just for those of you that like numbers and those of you that like winky dinks. I found that one to be quite interesting, especially since I love magic so much. So there you go. That was that one. And now only you think it's just a coinky dink?
No, I was just saying the word coinky dink.
Oh.
Cheers, la raza! Sorry, I had to. He be pimping that shit.
My glasses are sliding down my nose. Does it make me start to look smarter the lower they go? Or does it make
that what is
the
that
lower
what
they go? Do I look super
hello, can you go? Hey, hello, can you go? I'm just kidding.
Oh man, did you ever used
What's
to do
up,
that
Green
like
Ghost?
the with the stick? What's that called? You go and
I don't want to know.
Come on.
Oh shit.
Okay. All right.
Next card.
Next card. The limbo.
Oh,
The
that's
limbo.
great.
You go down and you go backwards. Unless
Did you hear about the SpaceX shuttle that exploded? Excuse me. There was a SpaceX.
Oops. Elon Musk. Oops.
Yep.
One of my
I don't ever think I got into it with you, but the hell was it called? It was I got really into it for a long while too, man. It was crazy because it was it was an international space thing, and it had to do with SpaceX and how Elon Musk was doing all this shit, and he was actually like this was before the SpaceX shit started, you know? And in my opinion, that's one of the reasons why all this shit happened. Because who the fuck is going to be there to object to any of that shit if everybody's on lockdown?
You know. All I know is that Elon Musk is a little boy who got picked on in school and wasn't liked by his parents very much, according to him. And he had a big obsession with whacking off to Superman cartoon comic books and Batman videos. And he probably liked, like anime porn or something. And now he's trying to ruin everyone else's life. I don't
Konnichiwa.
He says it. He says, I used to watch Star Trek, and now I want the whole world to be like Star Trek. And so now we're supposed to all do Star Trek now. That seems. Oh, come on. No.
So gay.
Give me a break.
All right. Well, I got something kind of interesting and fun that I was going to share with you guys.
Yes.
Give me a second. Let me grab it. Damn. I am smoking on some sour berry. What are you guys smoking on? If you are smoking. What is the flavor of the day? Yeah, that fucking car in space was a trip, dude, huh? It was kind of fucking retarded. How are they gonna not improvise the fucking vehicle? Don't you think that since there's no gravity, there's supposedly less weight, that car would like implode on itself because of the pressure change? Isn't that what happens with elevation? Right? Or am I tripping?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking anybody. Shit.
I was gonna say I didn't really think you were asking me, so I wasn't really.
Oh, nice. Check out all these awesome flavors in the chat, homie. We got
Oh.
A-Train, Blue Heaven, Ham Dog, Critical Kush, and AK-48.
Yeah, I like that
Nice.
peppermint. Just ignore me.
Skywalker.
I was trying to tell you what it is. I don't know what it is. It's currently
It's
it's
herb.
still in my mind. That's what flavor it is. It's
Nice.
called Cool My Mind.
Nice.
That's the flavor I'm smoking at the moment.
Orange and chocolate sativa, cherry pie dabs. Hell yeah. Look at all these awesome people. Banana punch and some pandemic OG mixed in a blunt with Slur King wax. Damn, homie. That's some pimping shit. I just got a monster.
Oh my goodness.
Candied preserved rosin. What I be dabbing. Pimping last art. Nice. Nothing get into space. Car in space, total waste of money. Hola, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué onda, amigo? Bienvenidos. Weird science, Jerry. No. Bellatrix. Cheers. Yes, NASA is so full of shit. All right. What up? Masty Kush. Nice. Green Ghost wins. Yes, I agree. All right, I had to go through that shit. That was funny. All right.
Oh man. Oh yeah, I gotta keep that open. Oh, I found out something interesting today.
Hmm.
I don't want that. There it goes. Well, first of all, I'm having, you know what? Something, I'm with you, like something's going on with all my shit. Suddenly, like you were sending me that and it was showing up as an thing. And then I'd go to my thing and it wouldn't be there. And I could have sworn, I thought, well, that must have been my cell phone because if you send me messages, it also showed up on my computer. So then I was like, well, Mother Nature don't send it on my phone. I don't have my phone.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Like,
So I opened it up. Yeah.
What's going on? So I was like, well, let me try refreshing it. Anyway, yeah, so, and then just now, like, you know, anyway, it just is all acting all weird and funky and stuff. And so, just strange stuff been happening. Okay, hold on, and I'll tell you what. So I got, okay. So, well, I mean, let me ask you this. What are we doing tonight? What is on the menu? Is this just, we're just hanging out for a couple hours?
I wanted to see if you had anything. I had written some stuff down. I normally do, like actual news about protests, school closures, and I had a question. I had a question for everybody, but it kind of will help everybody feel better because I don't know. I'm gonna be real. I was kind of thrown off today by some shit that happened earlier. Okay. And so that was way before I set up my microphone and all this shit. And I had just gotten it when all this was happening, to be honest. And it's not a big deal. It just threw me off, you know? And so I was getting back into it and I set all my shit up and I'm like here and I'm talking to you guys and nobody hears me. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was just this afternoon, evening, whatever. But anyways, I think this will provoke our minds to start working this little thing. So
I'm excited. Let's do it.
It caught my attention and I loved it. And I'm gonna totally steal this. So just saying.
Yeah.
You won the English language last year. I double checked, and yep, it's still weird. Like when you scratch something out of your notes, you're just noting to yourself that note no longer needs to be noted. And like, why do horrible and horrific mean the same thing, but terrible and terrific mean the opposite? To make matters worse, the phrase "this blows" and "this sucks" are both opposite and identical at the same time. A lot of our phrases don't even make that much sense to begin with. Slow and steady wins the race works for a lot of things actually, but the one thing it doesn't actually work in is in an actual race. Being on thin ice with someone is mostly a bad thing, but breaking the ice is usually a good thing. People usually put gone but not forgotten on their tombstones, but for most people, after like 3 or 4 generations, that's really just not true at all. If anything is possible, then isn't it possible that some things are impossible? In the same way, I guess, when people say we're not perfect, doesn't that make us perfect at not being perfect? I'm
Right?
just going to confuse myself if I keep going. Why do we have fingertips but not toe tips? Like we can tiptoe but we can't finger tip? I also don't really know how the word red is red, unless it's red. And the more I light my lighter, the lighter my lighter gets until it's too light to light. The word separate is written all together.
I love
but
this.
The words all together are written separately. Extraordinary and extraordinary are antonyms. You know, it's crazy what a single space can do. But remember, every single time you press the spacebar, there are 6 million other people pressing it at the same exact time as you are. Speaking of space, in the last Shower Thoughts video, I mentioned reality television. I double-checked this too, and yeah, it still sucks. But don't you think a really good show would be flying flat earthers into space and watching them react to it? Sure, it'd be expensive now, but in like 20 years, maybe not so much. If you made it to space, congratulations. You're casually floating around in the void. Now if you just randomly started peeing, you would actually cause an acceleration. It'd work the same way that a rocket does. This wouldn't work if you're dehydrated though. Drink your water. But even then, we don't buy water, we rent it. We use it, then return it, it's cleaned, and then sold back to you again. Life is crazy. In other water-related news, fire trucks are just water trucks. You know, shout out to water. Through condensation and precipitation, for almost 4 billion years, it's been traveling all around and throughout the planet. Only to end.
Their help now.
You know the deal by now. These
Thank
are
you.
shower.
It's just doing no more. She forgot.
Things have changed a lot over the course of history. There are people alive in their 90s that were born before the world's population hit 2 billion. When the world's oldest person, Kane Tanaka, was born 117 years ago, the global population was just 1.6 billion. In just one person's life, we've gone from 1.6 to 8 billion. Countries are constantly changing. The majority of superpower countries in the world have been around for thousands of years, and most of the cities in the world are probably older than the countries they're in. If you're 25, you've been alive for over 10% of the United States' history. That's kind of insane when you think about the position the country has gone through over the past 250 years. The good, the bad, and even the ugly. Okay, maybe a lot
I'm
of
not gonna
ugly.
try to keep
Anyway,
typing.
You know, they say it takes 10,000 hours to master a skill, but I've been alive for way more than 10,000 hours, and I've yet to master the skill of life. When you're a kid, you think adults somehow know everything and have their lives together. But once you grow up, you realize that many people genuinely have absolutely no clue what they're doing sometimes. Also, when growing up, you realize how absurd daily life is. We paid the zoo to look at a bunch of stolen property, most of us have dead bodies in our freezers, and your lap only really exists when you're sitting. When you stand up, it just becomes your legs again. I don't make the rules, okay? Life is frustrating, and something that's been frustrating me lately more than usual is that we have wireless chargers that are actually more restricting than just normal wired chargers. It's fine though, no one is texting me anyway. Most of the time, having the last word in an argument means you've won, but if that argument is over text, getting left on red kind of feels like you've lost. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't know, your fingers don't have muscles in them. Whenever you move your fingers, your palm and forearm are doing 99% of the work. Your handwriting is actually just your hand's accent, so I guess slurring your words when you speak is just talking in cursive. Remember though, you don't get paid on how hard you work. You get paid on how hard you are to replace. Life isn't fair, but at least we're trying, right? Birth certificates are usually the first participation award people get in life. It's kind of weird welcoming a child into the world, since they've already been here as long as everything else has, just in a different form of matter. I guess it's just like celebrating the temporary collection of atoms that make you, you. Wow, I think I actually just described birthdays, what? Death certificates are pretty much like saying thanks for playing. We pass the anniversary of our death every year without knowing. Who knows, it could even be today. Death is a movie. Nightmares are just the trailers. They say that life flashes before your eyes when you die. So what if every time you blink, you're actually just taking screenshots to show yourself before you die? The last person in your friend group will go to all of your funerals, but no one will go to theirs. Don't feel sad though. This just means that they're the last friend to hatch their skeleton. Most video games prevent you from sleeping when danger is nearby. Think about that the next time you can't fall asleep at night for no reason. Remember everyone, if you can't sleep, just know that if you lay down with enough force, you'll fall asleep instantly. Are you scared of heights? A lot of people are, and miss out on things like parachuting. But there's no reason to worry. If your parachute doesn't open, you have the rest of your life to fix it. You're
That's
not afraid
great.
of falling, you're just afraid of hitting the ground. You don't really know that you've forgotten something until you can't remember it. think about how many things you've actually forgotten. Oh, wait, you can't. But speaking of forgetting things, the center of gravity is the letter V, and it's pointing down. And I couldn't fix that parachute. You're a murderer, you know that, right? You've murdered trillions of bacteria in the shower. Fun fact, cannibalism can solve both the issues of overpopulation and world hunger at the same time. Two birds with one stone.
Thanks, Vinny.
Alright, so plastic dinosaurs are made of plastic, and plastic is made of oil. And oil comes from fossil fuels, from actual dinosaurs. So technically, dinosaurs never left, we're just turning them into plastic. We've always been told that an asteroid killed the dinosaurs, but what if the asteroid was just a spaceship, and we're the aliens? Take Me to Your Leader is just the alien version of Let Me Speak to Your Manager. For some reason, we've been pretty much branding aliens as Karens all along. We've been looking for extraterrestrial life for decades, but we can't really find anything. Most of us just completely dismiss UFO abduction stories because, well, they're usually insane and made up. An animal who was captured from the wild and studied by human biologists would probably tell the same story. Because of this, life is seen as rare. But think about it. The rarest animals on Earth might not actually be rare. They might just be really good at hiding from us. It's the same principle. Now that I mention it, the principle of YouTube itself is interesting to say the least. It feels like whoever you're watching is talking directly to you and you never think anything of it. But in reality, I'm here in my room by myself, talking to myself.
Yep.
I'm lonely.
Yep.
Everyone loves to comment first like they're proving something, but if you really want to be special, being last is a lot more impressive. I can understand it though. The first person to do anything is usually the one that's remembered for it. But since we don't remember pretty much anything from when we were babies, can you even remember the first time you started gaining consciousness? Maybe that's exactly what our first memory really is. You really have zero idea of when you were born. You just take everyone else's word for it. Fruit, just like humans, have belly buttons where they were plucked from, and your belly button is technically just your old mouth. So now that I think about it, the fruit we grow is essentially eating away at the sun.
Cheers, girlfriend.
Every single day, and we eat that fruit. So in a sense, the sun doesn't really taste that bad. I know, that can be a lot to take in, so just relax for a second. But wait, if you're laying on an open field, that kind of makes the entire Earth your backpack. So you're pretty much carrying the weight of the world. People usually say things like, I'm 6 feet tall, but that's only when you're standing. If you're laying down, you're 6 feet long. So technically, tall people sleep longer. When you hug someone, so like once a year for most of us, they're the closest person in
What
front of
up,
you.
Grow
But at the same
Migo?
time, they're also the furthest person on Earth behind you. I know, it's sad. But hey, you've survived 100% of the things you've ever encountered in life. You're undefeated. Every person you know knows a different version of you. It's like you're a video game and everyone you know is at different save points.
That's right.
The only thing is, you're the only one who can finish it.
Yep.
But remember, the person you see in the mirror and the voice you hear in your own head is not the same person that the rest of the world sees and hears.
That's right.
The only person who truly knows you is yourself. And you don't even know yourself that well. You've forgotten most days of your life, just as everyone else has, and you'll continue to forget. So for now, for the time being, even if the world is falling apart, just try and remember the good. And by the way, the letter W definitely starts with a D.
Oh, I thought that was great. Definitely. Oh, yeah. What'd you guys think about that? That was awesome, huh? How are you guys doing? By the way, in the chat land, everybody that just joined, dipped in, said hola, tick the fuck off, said deuces, same damn time. No, I'm just kidding. At the same damn time. No, I just thought that was totally interesting, you know? Something to just check out, I guess. Nice. Right on. Cheers, everybody. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Damn, son. Breathe, girl. Breathe. Oh, man. Just saying. All right. I think I got something else for you guys. Do.
Democracy. And now, God bless America. It's a land that we love because we did the right thing to restore democracy. And now we will
I
get
dropped the
a
link
lot
in the
done.
chat. I'll do it again, Gringos.
Give me the stimulus so I can go pay my rent. I will not be ignorant. I swear it'll be heaven sent. Give me the stimulus. Give me the stimulus. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to your second and third stimulus check and stimulus package update. Believe it or not, President Joseph Biden has officially crossed the 2-week mark in office. That means today is the 15th day that Biden has not sent a third stimulus check for $2,000 out the door. President Biden and Vice President Harris met with Republican senators in the Oval Office to discuss stimulus, and it was probably the most awkward meeting ever.
Well, Dan, thanks for coming down. Thanks for coming down.
Thanks for coming.
No, I'm anxious for it to talk. I feel like I'm back in the Senate, which I like the best of everything I did.
Hey guys.
All right, thank you, folks.
Hey guys, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Okay, come.
Joe Manchin has been called Washington's most powerful senator in a 50-50 split Senate. Yesterday, Manchin said, "I will vote to move forward with the budget process because we must address the urgency of the crisis." He went on to say, "But let me be clear, and these are words I shared with President Biden. Our focus must be targeted on the crisis." Both Manchin and Sinema voted yes.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'll restart that. It keeps. I think I'm gonna have to restart my computer because this is just giving me a lot of hassle today. I wasn't having any problems whatsoever before I went live. It's kind of retarded.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's been kind of lame, but it is what it is. Huh? No. All right. Let me see if I can turn this shit down too. All right. He's a little more choppy, but it's all good. We don't need to look in the eye. All right. Here 24/7.
God bless America. It's a land that
Cheers,
we
Scotty.
love because we did the right thing to restore democracy. And now we will get a lot done.
Woo!
Give me the stimulus so I can go pay my rent. I will not be ignorant. I swear it'll be heaven sent. Give me the stimulus. Give me the stimulus. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to your second and third stimulus check and stimulus package update. Believe it or not,
God, it's
President
so glitchy.
Joseph Biden has officially crossed the 2-week mark in office. That means today is the 15th day that Biden has not sent a third stimulus check for $2,000 out the door. President Biden and Vice President Harris met with Republican senators in the Oval Office to discuss stimulus, and it was probably the most awkward meeting ever.
Well, Dan, thanks for coming down. Thanks for coming down.
Thanks for coming.
No, I'm anxious for it to talk. I feel like I'm back in the Senate, which I like the best of everything I did.
Hey guys.
All right, thank you, folks.
Hey guys, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Okay, come.
Joe Manchin has been called Washington's most powerful senator in a 50-50 split Senate. Yesterday, Manchin said, "I will vote to move forward with the budget process because we must address the urgency of the crisis." He went on to say, "But let me be clear, and these are words I shared with President Biden. Our focus must be targeted on the crisis." Both Manchin and Sinema voted yes to begin work on the virus relief budget resolution, and here's what Joe had to say prior to voting.
Do you like the $600 billion top line better?
It's not whether I like anything better or worse. I know that I know we need a rigorous, robust approach to this. I can't tell you where the right numbers are, but when you have a good bipartisan input you can discuss and debate, that's when you get a good program. And we're committed, and we are committed, and everyone is committed that this reconciliation will be done in an open bipartisan way.
Would you support a budget resolution then that Speaker Pelosi and Senator Schumer just jointly filed yesterday?
The resolution, I'm going to support this process moves forward. I will only support moving in a bipartisan way. That means an open process. I've been very clear about that. But it's urgent that basically that is the only way that we can get assured to get a COVID package. Let's say that we start debating. I understand the pitfalls of debating. Sometimes the last one went 9 months before we broke the logjam in December, if you recall. Okay? We don't want this to go, we can't afford. So we'll go down this and have things in place, but it's going to be a bipartisan input. That's what we're committed to.
Senator Joe Manchin also said that the White House made a mistake by having Vice President Kamala Harris make recent media appearances in his home state.
Sorry.
Oh, go.
Has the White House apologized to you for sending the Vice President?
There's no apologies needed. I mean, we're all in this. We understand that. It was a mistake. They made a mistake. It was, and we understand. We move on. You can't dwell on those things.
Would you?
Last but not least, Joe said he does not support raising the minimum wage to $15 per hour. The Congressional Budget Office will soon release a report requested by Senator Bernie Sanders that will make a persuasive case for including the $15 minimum wage in reconciliation legislation. Sanders retweeted President Biden's post, which said, "It's long past time we raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. The American Rescue Plan will get it done." As always, Bernie went on air to speak further about Joe Biden and about the stimulus bill.
Brian Schatz, your colleague, said the following. He said, regular people don't care whether we pass something with 51 votes or 60. Do you agree?
Absolutely. You know, Biden is a personality who is very low key. He is inclusive. He wants to involve people in the process. But what he also understands, and I give him a lot of credit for this, is that at this particular moment, now is not the time to think small. It is the time to think big and to address the crises. But, you know, there are Republicans who have good ideas. Let's bring them in. But at the end of the day, you know, the media keeps talking about bipartisanship. That's fine. But what is much more important to the average American is that we deal and address the terrible, terrible pain and suffering that they are experiencing right now. And Chris, what worries me is so many, by the millions, of our people are giving up on democracy. They really do not believe that the government is listening or understands their pain and can respond. I have differences and concerns about this bill. In my judgment, it doesn't go far enough. And then want everybody to know we're going to another one. This one deals with the emergency of COVID. The next one deals with some of the structural long-term problems of a crumbling infrastructure, of climate change, of education, of a whole lot of other issues, so that we can create millions of good paying jobs and improve life in our nation.
On a side note here, Chuck Schumer announced yesterday that Senator Elizabeth Warren is going to serve on the Finance Committee. So Democrats are pushing forward with the $1.9 trillion stimulus proposal after President Biden's meeting with Republicans. Republican senators met with Mr. Biden at the White House for over 2 hours on Monday. There was no agreement, but Senator Susan Collins said after the meeting that conversations would continue at the staff level. Collins said, "We're very appreciative as his first official meeting in the Oval Office, that the president chose to spend so much time with us in a frank and very useful discussion. The president and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen also spoke with Democratic senators Tuesday to discuss the measure. Biden told Senate Democrats that Republicans' current $618 billion virus relief proposal is too small, but he wants to continue working toward a compromise, and he is willing to bend on the final price. Just like Donald Trump, President Biden also urged Senate Democrats to go big on the stimulus plan. As we watch the Biden administration tighten the net on who will receive a third stimulus check, Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib said, "Quit messing around and send people the survivor checks we promised them. Using 2019 income data totally ignores the economic destruction of the pandemic and eliminates the promise to bring relief, as was repeated nonstop in the campaign to win Georgia. $1.9 trillion is still the magic number the White House is sticking to for now, and Biden's relief package is now poised to pass through budget reconciliation through a simple majority."
A few on the rescue plan talks, and I want to follow up on a question that Phil had asked you. You had acknowledged that the gap between the administration and Republicans is wide, but the talks last night was constructive. So after the discussion in the Oval Office last night, is the number from the White House still $1.9 trillion?
It is.
As we all expected, Chuck Schumer killed the Republicans' skimpy virus relief bill.
I think it is his belief, it is Secretary Yellen's belief, it is our belief. If we did a package that small, we'd be mired in the COVID crisis for years. And we are not going to make the mistake of 2009 and have too small a package that took too long. And it took 4 or 5 years for the economy to.
Schumer says Biden is totally on board with using reconciliation and said that is what President Biden wants us to do, and that is what we're doing. There was a vote to move forward on the budget resolution yesterday. Following that, there will be up to 50 hours of debate and a vote-a-rama on amendments before the committee's work on a final budget reconciliation bill. What's a vote-a-rama, you ask? It's when senators vote on a bunch of amendments to legislation in quick succession, often occurring after debate on a budget resolution or budget reconciliation bill. Keep in mind that this expedited process in the Senate still requires 20 hours of debate and votes on a succession of amendments. We are not going to dilute, dither, or delay, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said in a speech on the Senate floor Tuesday. The Senate must move forward today with a vote to begin debate on a budget resolution, and I'm optimistic that the motion to proceed will pass.
So the Senate is going to move forward this week with the process for producing the next bold rescue package. Yesterday, Speaker Pelosi and I filed a joint budget resolution for the 2021 fiscal year, totaling $1.9 trillion, which will give us another legislative tool to pass a COVID relief bill quickly and decisively. The Senate will vote to proceed on the budget resolution this afternoon. Time is a luxury our country does not have. And let me be very clear, Mr. President, we are not going to dilute, to dither, to delay. We are not going to dilute, dither, or delay. The needs of the American people are so demanding. We need to think big and we need to act quickly. The Senate must move forward today with a vote to begin debate on the budget resolution. And I'm optimistic that the motion to proceed will pass. I would say to my Republican colleagues that we want this important work to be bipartisan. We welcome your ideas, your input, your revisions. We welcome cooperation. There is nothing about the process of a budget resolution or reconciliation, for that matter, that forecloses the possibility of bipartisanship. I'd remind this chamber that since 1980, the budget process has been used 17 times to pass serious bipartisan legislation. This process is open to bipartisanship.
Chuck later threw a bit of shade on one of his fellow lawmakers.
The former Senate majority, I heard the senator from Texas crying crocodile tears about using reconciliation. But just a few years ago, he was an active participant in using it twice to pursue expressly partisan and deeply unpopular legislation.
Someone we haven't heard from for quite a while now is Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. And at his first opportunity, Mitch was already complaining.
Here's where I think we are on the budget. I talked to the president yesterday morning, and then, as all of you know and have reported, he met with 10 of our members for a couple of hours last night. And at lunch, we had an opportunity to talk to the members who were in the meeting, hoping that we could find a bipartisan way forward. Our members who were in the meeting felt that the president seemed to be more interested in that than his staff did, or that it seems like the Democratic leadership in the House and the Senate are. So here's where I think we're headed. It looks like the majority is going to have us vote on the motion to proceed to the budget this afternoon. They've chosen a totally partisan path. I can't remember a budget in the time that I've been here that either side has ever voted in a bipartisan way. So we're off to a totally partisan start. I think that's unfortunate. I think our 10 members laid out a proposal that could have gotten broad bipartisan support, given the new administration a chance to get a bipartisan victory here early. But they are in the majority in the House and Senate, and life is a series of choices, and they've chosen. So we'll go down that path. That means we'll be facing multiple amendments later in the week.
Anyways, the passage of the bill will be stalled by former President Donald Trump's impeachment trial, which begins next week. According to Senate rules, the chamber may not consider any other issues while it is conducting a trial. That means the Senate will likely not be able to vote on a reconciliation bill until later this month or even early March. One thing that will not be delayed or stalled is our 7th stimulus check giveaway. We are moving full speed ahead towards 300,000 subscribers on this channel, and after we do, we'll be giving away 3.
So, what'd you think?
Well, first of all, what's up with the fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the background?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Is that a fucking box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the back? He looks ridiculous. Like, what in the world? Why are they always got to do that? You don't see it? Get it back up there.
In yours?
No, on that video you were just playing.
Oh.
Got a box.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Cinnamon, like, that's the first thing you got to say to me after that video.
Sounds good though, don't it? Don't you want a bowl of cinnamon toast?
Yeah, I'm hungry already, so I'm just like, man.
Might
Yeah,
have some
I'm
up
snacking
there.
on mini
Seriously,
cookies.
might.
So yeah, trust me. Aren't those cute?
I don't have. I don't even have a snack. Oh wait, no, I do. I just have to get up and go get it. Those are tiny. I like the big ones.
It was his green screen.
All right.
Oh man, the dog pound ended up doing a.
I think it's trying to give me a seizure. I swear to God, it's flipping it, doing crap right now. Side of it over here. It's going.
My screen is.
No, mine is. Mine's been doing it, flickering and doing all kinds of weird things. It's doing strange things just randomly on my screen. Then somebody puts up this video today about them doing some eye thingies going to make you just, and I'm like, I don't even want to watch these things no more. Why are we watching these things? I feel like it's like
you want to learn how to watch look at your brain.
You're going to turn to a pillar of salt.
I'm serious. Watch. I'm gonna teach you how you really can look at your own brain. Oh man, this is gonna be great.
Maybe I'm not supposed to look. Anyway, whatever. I know the Gestapo. I don't even know what that is really. What is that? Sounds like from a movie. Everything sounds like it's from a movie. I think I've seen that somewhere before. I like Green Ghost's comment there. Mother Nature.
Then the Springer Show. That's great.
Oh man.
Here it is.
Yes.
Found it. All right. Let me find the part really quick.
Okay.
And I shall show you. You can see your living brain.
Can I now?
Mm-hmm.
I've got to hold a brain before.
This is one of the first things that got me really interested in R. Wayne Steiger. R. Wayne Steiger is an awesome.
Okay.
You know, you can see your brain.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah. Now, I can just hear you right now, your thoughts going, what in the world is he talking about? I am going to show you that it is not only possible, but with practice, you can see your living brain. Now, I'm sure you're going, what?
What?
That's impossible. No one can see their organs. No one can see their brain because you're thinking rationally that this is completely illogical. There is no way anyone can do that, right? Listen. One of the troubles with humanity is that of changing thought from the old to the new. Call it a channel. To grasp at one effort an entirely new idea is an impossibility. Men follow men in trains of thought expression, as in bodily form from generation of men who follow generations. A child born with 3 legs is a freak of nature, a monstrosity, yet it sometimes appears. A man possessed new idea is an anomaly, a something that may not be possible, but which has never appeared. It is almost as difficult to conceive of a new idea as it is to create out of nothing a new material or an element. Neither thoughts now nor things that will be invented. Both must be evolved out of a pre-existing something which is necessarily it resembles. Every advanced idea that appears in the brain of man is the result of a suggestion from without. Men have gone on and on ceasingly with their minds bent in one direction, ever looking outwardly, never inwardly. That has been the problem. We have been conditioned. And it's just not this generation. I am speaking as we as a species. Regrettably, our species have been conditioned wrongly. When I ask you, what is your mind? Can you answer that question? You may say, well, it's my thoughts. You may be wrong. The reason why you and I have such difficulty answering that simple question is that we have never, as a species, spent the time required to fully define what we are, how we work, how we exist, how we live, how we think. We know so little
about the things that we take for granted as though we knew everything about them. The sad reality is we know very little. So may I ask you, where does your mind reside? I mean, think about it. Have you asked yourself, where does my mind actually live? Where does it exist? Because, yes, you have a mind. Now, philosophers would say, well, that's the intellect. Others, from different points of view of religious, would say, well, no, that is the expression of the soul. Yet others would say, well, it's nothing more than a nerve impulse. Which is right? In this instance, there is no right, no wrong. Because mind, and we talk of this as an entity, a noun, has been enabled to read the impressions that are made in and on the substance of brain convolutions. Now, this becomes quite a journey. You will learn at the end of this video how you will see this as well. You will be able to look and see your living brain in action. You say that's impossible, Wayne. Why, of course it's impossible. To those who cannot understand that which they possess, everything is virtually impossible. So I ask you, what is your mind? And how does it actually work? Think about when you think, how you see. Is that your mind receiving those impressions? Hard to think about, isn't it? We don't stop and ask the simple questions. The simple questions as, what is your mind? Consider the following. Your mind reads the impressions that are made in and on the substance of the brain called convolutions, but at the same time, your brain is insensible to the existence of the convolutions themselves. We know the substance of the brain, but we know nothing of what mind is. The mind cannot bring to the senses the configuration or nature of the substance in which the mind exists. Its own house is unknown. Now think about this. How does that work? It's been a question far too long overlooked by humanity. We have been taught to be observers with the visual acuity of outside objects. Our eyes have been well trained in this. For it is as it is with anything else. That which you focus on and exercise the most will become the stronger. And so, as man has developed and evolved through the instinct survival skills that were once needed to today, where these visual properties are becoming less of an importance because they can actually be created electronically. But this is what forms yours and my reality. This is how we relate to the world around us. And because of that, we instinctively depend on that which we see on the outside. This is the consequence that we are trained that physical existence has always depended on the study of external surroundings. Thus why the development of internal sight lies undeveloped within humanity. It is a problem that exists. It's one that has grave consequences. Because you see, man is externally minded. He has become inept in knowing what the mind is capable of. It is a lost understanding. It is very easily to be compared to what many would say today is the tonsils. It has been in modern science, medical science, believed to be an organ that no longer serves a function. Now, no matter where man's knowledge may be, his understanding of the physiology of his own being is still in its infancy. So we know now that for the most part, you could say from a collective perspective of consciousness, we are most assuredly vacant in the understanding of that which we possess. No one thinks about this in the form of that you can actually see your organ. Our senses are abstract, not descriptive. Normal organs have no sensible existence. They don't. It is only when an abnormal condition surfaces of an organ when it creates the sensation of pain or pleasure. However, it discloses nothing concerning the appearance or construction of the affected organ. If you have a stomach ache, you have no idea what your stomach is actually doing. Most have no idea of what their stomachs actually look like. But yet, when that organ becomes disturbed, it will in fact produce a nerve response that then becomes impressioned upon our minds. Your brain never throbs or aches. The arm presents no evidence to the mind concerning its shape, color, or size. In fact, you cannot count your fingers unless some outside object touches them, or they press against each other, or you perceive them by sight. Now you could say, but Wayne, I can close my eyes and I can count my fingers. Again, let's reread. You cannot count your fingers unless some outside object touches them or they are pressed against each other. It is, in fact, quite a conundrum when you think about it. The brain of man, the seat of knowledge, in which the mind centers, is not perceptible through the senses. Think about this. It is a part of you and I. our species, all the races that we have missed. We have been so, how shall I say, arrogant in the self-knowledge that we built our entire reality around external objects, seeing the physical as ruling the reality. Now let's discuss the I, because we're going to discuss a few things that I can assure you, you most likely have never thought of. This is your eye. This is how it looks, how it works. You can see all the operating components. Think of this as a machine. It's a machine that still has not been fully understood nor replicated. And as you and I base this upon our reality, those who have been deprived of this function pick it up in other ways, which actually they are much more in tune as to what I'm about to say than even those who do see. We want to pay attention particularly to the optic nerve. Now here are just the facts. The eye is so designed that light produces an impression on a nervous substance in the rear of the eye. This substance is called the retina. The impression is backward and is carried through the bundle of nerve fibers called the optic nerve, and traveling through a distance in outside terms would be in the thousands of miles inside the brain. When it reaches the back of the brain, where it is recorded on the brain matter, and then that impression or convolution, which then impacts the mind. This very same process can be reversed. The same set of nerves carry the actual image of the brain itself working, living and carrying an impression from behind to the retina, and the picture can be the interior, whereas the retina, being stimulated by the impression, sends the impression back to the brain, thus bringing the brain substance itself to the view of the mind. You're probably going to need to think about this for a few seconds, probably more than that. We have been, well, how shall I say it? We haven't learned yet. We're still discovering the brain, the mind, the visual. And we have thought that the information is only brought from external source. What we fail to understand is that film, which I see as fiber optic cables, that's how I see it, forming the retina, is not a one-way communication stream. It is, after all, electrical impulses. And to think that information only travels one way has been to our own folly. So let's recap what we have learned. If the nerve sensation or forced expression should travel from the brain to the retina instead of from the outward object, it will, on the reverse of the retina, produce the image of that which lies behind. And then the optic nerves carry the image back to the brain. The mind will bring to the senses the appearance of the image depicted. The reason you and I have never been told or taught is that because man has only been taught to learn from outside sight of objects, never considering inside out, we are ignorant of our own brains. So, are you ready to see your brain, your living brain? Now, I need to make a disclaimer up here from the beginning. You need to, number one, practice this. I would also recommend the first few times to be sitting down, because it will give you a sense of vertigo, where you can actually feel dizzy. Also, the conditions need to be as described. So when you first practice this and it first comes into view, you are going to be astonished. And from there, just absorb the fact that you can actually see your brain living, actually working. Yes, I know it sounds incredible. But when you consider that we know the organs, the parts of the brain, how that it works as an organ, but the mysteries of what it produces is still a mystery. So you have to follow the instructions. Now, if you do this and you take time to go through each part and follow that, you will see something
I've actually
amazing.
tried this.
And facing a black wall or background. Now, I recommend that you use an electronic candle. A flashlight is not really going to work as well. You need the effect of a candle that you can actually have a light source that would emanate, such as a candle. All right, hold the light just below the tip of your nose, about 6 inches from your face. Now find a place on the upper part of the black wall to focus your eyes on. Typically, I like to almost begin to look back and kind of look up to where my eyes are kind of going up to maybe the left. I try to get them sometimes centered. And you have to practice this. And it irritates. I'm just going to tell you, remember, your eye is a muscle. All right. Now, find the place on the upper part of the black wall to focus your eyes on, and slowly move the light in a parallel line horizontally in front of you, back and forth, and keeping the light in position that the light begins to be a straight line. Now, I'll let you know, as I said, this will begin to irritate the retina, but it will begin to also produce a rhythm of the optic nerve, and the optic nerve will begin to follow. It's a reflex action of the brain accompanying a figure of that part of the brain that rests against your skull. And the retina will see and picture your brain as it works from the inside. Okay? So if you're reading this, just imagine that put your thumb out in front of you, right hand. That's a light. Now you're looking up, and you can begin to see that your thumb, as you begin to move it back and forth, will begin, if it was a light, it actually begins to form a line. And it's very important that you be in a darkened room, because it's how the optic nerve works, and it's just going to be absolutely amazing what happens. So take a look at this again. This is what your eye is. Remember, the eye is just not the optic nerve, again, is not a one-way carrier. Nature doesn't work that way. None of our things work that way. And when you think about the body was designed in many cases to be in form and function at a higher degree than what we can actually replicate ourselves. And again, it is a muscle. Remember that. So as we get better at this, this is what you will actually see. Now, it's a black and white picture, but you'll begin to actually see as you get better, you can actually see how the brain actually is convulsing, how it sends and communicates. This is not make-believe. You can actually do this. And this is only the beginning. What you have just seen is a small portion of the brain's convolutions, and only that part that lies directly behind the optic nerve. And this is the first step. With more research and under proper conditions, every part of the living brain can be seen. So what's the future? Well, I can tell you, just by me doing this video, and as we begin to learn these fascinating attributes that we all possess, I see the day very soon, in fact, where you could begin to see if a person is lying. You could actually use an individual's brain, and we could do this, whereas their brain would actually give the full, true story. Because again, what is the mind? How does the mind pick up from the brain? And if you can begin to see the brain and understand how it is integrated to the mind and vice versa, you would begin to see that as you have inward sight, we would begin to learn how to communicate without words. Words are the worst form of communication. They are the crudest. And we should have learned this so long ago. As it is said, learn from the ant. For the ant communicates with no words at all. But yet the communication in itself is such that the entire species hears, answers, and knows. This is just another part of that secret knowledge that doesn't no longer need to be secret. It is time that each of us begin to take the responsibility of knowing ourselves and begin to understand that the answers come within and you can see within. Literally. This opens up a whole new thought process, and one that we can all begin to practice collectively. It's a new future. Be kind to one another. We will talk soon.
So, what do you think?
Oh,
Pretty awesome,
I
huh?
thought it was
I
very
love that
interesting.
guy. He gets so deep into his shit. Like, he actually thinks about shit all the time.
No, he said very interesting things. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
He's a pretty awesome person, that's for sure.
Yeah, did you do a link?
Yeah, to his channel. Here, I'll post it again.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the link to his channel.
Okay. I'm going to get it now.
Oh, you're going to have fun with him. He goes live every day at 11 o'clock my time. So it'd be like 1 o'clock your time, I believe.
Oh, I got him. Fantastic.
Yeah, he's awesome. He is so intelligent, in my opinion, and he covers so many things that you've touched base on. Like, and once you actually, you're gonna see a couple of his videos, and I guarantee you're gonna get into it. I guarantee it. So
I love people that think like me.
He's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
did you have anything else you wanted to say, lady, or share with us?
There was one more headline I can share with you if you want.
All right.
Okay. I got one more. And it made me think of something. It's stupid. It's really stupid. It's honestly probably not even, you know what? No reason to do it. It's we don't need to do it. It's all right.
You're not going to share it now?
Well, it's just, there wasn't a lot of things to pick from, so it's kind of dumb. I'll share it.
I think you're good.
Okay.
Around here, not a lot of shit is considered dumb.
Well, I came across this. This article right here, again, came from whatever place this is, NPR. So New York town backs down on fight against toilet gardens. And I thought, well, that's weird. That's from the 3rd. It started as a protest in 2004 when Hank Robar placed several toilets filled with fake flowers on his property in Potsdam. Officials ordered him to remove them. The case went to federal court. And then he says the First Amendment is in the toilet, or rather, it protects Hank, who placed several toilets filled with flowers on his property. His toilet gardens are stated as a protest years ago, and now he calls it art. And then they ordered him to remove it, and he's like, fuck you. And he gets to keep them. They backed down, and now he's free for now to keep his property full of flushers. And I thought to myself, well, there was a time that we were all having to do these shots right here repeatedly during the early days of selfie hoods, where we just had nothing but bathroom images of people in the bathroom next to toilets. So I thought, well, maybe. I mean, what is this? What was this? What's going on here?
Narcissism?
I don't know, but it was bizarre. It was bizarre. I had a Facebook group. I think it was, or maybe it was on MySpace, where it says, when I take pictures of myself in the bathroom, I look like a retard. I think that was the name of the group.
Oh my God.
There was only a few members, and we didn't share anything. It was just to find people that thought that was funny to me, because I thought, what is this obsession with pictures of yourself in the toilet? Anyway, there you go. That's my. So, where are you going to bed, or you got more?
Well, I actually have to go check on my kids to see what they're doing, this, that, and the other thing. If you want to keep going, I'm down, but I do have to go check them, or we can start a new thing, whatever's clever.
No, I can hang. I'll keep them company for a minute.
All right, sounds good. You sure? You got this? No, I'm just kidding. It feels special. I don't ever leave nobody on my shit by themselves. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh my God. I feel like I'm in the city now.
We built this city on rock and roll.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'll be right back, guys. Do you want me to share your screen or anything before I go? I don't think I can give you control of this right now.
I'll wait.
Okay. Well, I can share it if you want to share it before I go.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got an idea. Yeah, share it for me. Let me get it.
No problem.
Because I had an idea earlier. You're playing a song. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. I got to remember.
Okay. Give me just a few minutes. I'll be back. Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead. What was that song? What was that song? What song did she play when we were first doing this? I did a video on it. I used that song and I was trying to remember which. I think I remember now. I wonder if it's on my other channel. Oh, no, I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, here we go.
Going into arrest.
Lock, I got it. Now take, now.
Don't try to deny what you feel. It's that all that once good has died and is decayed. You're having some trouble in dealing with these changes, living away these changes. Now the world is a scary place. Now that you won't get the
Please don't make me do anything.
Oh. Oh, I do like that one. That one was a good one. I did like this one. This was a good video. So much in there, man. Sickos. The whole fucking world's gone into sickos. Look at this nonsense. It's what you can do. Look at me and all my Peppa Pig stuff. Yay! Ooh, happy pills. And I'm depressed and shred my computer. Oh, smash your face in. You're out of ideas. Anyway, you can go find this on Rotten Studios. This was a video that I made a while back. There she is. You'll always find a vicarious me in my videos. I put a few of them in here, as you can see. It got me around age, oh, there I am. Around age 8. Yeah, fuck off. Eat your burger and fuck you, right? And then, I just like badass girls in movies. Like, I just think that's fantastic. And then there's, of course, who can't forget you? You are fantastic. I love you, Drew. Anywho, Boodles. That song made me think of that video, and I thought I did a video with that song. I was listening to it, and that's what it made me think of. So I made me a video. Anyway. And oh my. Oh my. No, I do not believe. I do not believe I did. Okay, come on now. I'm supposed to be serious here. People are teasing me. Okay. Let me think. I don't know what else to do. The 8 Ball says, "Outlook is looking good, Jerry. Would you ask it?" Would you ask the 8 Ball, Jerry? Oh, you just left it blank. Oh, that's interesting that you did that. Yeah, anyway, I'll just leave that up there. Oh, my chat. Oops, wait. There we go. I'll just leave that up there. My Joni Rotten channel has been naughty, and so currently,
All right, I'm back.
I'm able to play any videos, nor can I go live. So if I go live, it's going to have to be on Rotten Studios. Did you hear what I got in trouble for?
No, you can't go live. Is that why you haven't went live?
That's one of the reasons. I have other things.
I knew something was up.
I'm just trying to think of how I want to do this now. You know, like I want to get involved with other people more. Just kind of, you know, I've researched about as much as I feel like I can research anymore. And from now, it's kind of. You know. I don't know what I want to do.
I'm subscribing and I'm finding your stuff right now.
I'm day by day. If I feel like it, I'm going to do it. If I don't, I'm not going to do it. That's how I'm going. Now at the moment, just que sera, sera. I can't. Ulick. Where's my camera? Ulick, I can't go live because I got struck for a baloney video.
Oh, for real?
So I am not allowed to go live. I don't know how long. I guess a week. I don't know.
No, it's normally 90 days. That's why I have 2 channels, honestly. Because when I first started streaming and shit, I ended up doing Sunday oldies and shit. And
I'm up here by myself. I'm feeling all fine, and you're not even here to enjoy this with me. Where's
What
my
do you mean?
at the table? We're on stage here, girl.
Oh, my camera. Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, and take my screen down now that you're back.
Oops.
Hey, this is way better. I feel way better now. Okay.
I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying now. Sorry.
I don't either.
Apparently it wasn't that important. Oh, my second channel. That's why I have 2 channels, because I ended up getting one of them taken down for playing music I guess I shouldn't have. And this is when I first started doing streams and shit, you know? So, yeah.
What the fuck, honestly, does that even mean? They tell me that I violated some term, and I don't know what term. I can't figure out what. Okay.
You didn't conform to the community guidelines.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure it's not that because I see a lot of videos of way more sexual things than anything I've put out there. And, you know, and then I'm like, well, is it really Corona baloney? No, because there's a lot of things. This isn't something. This is from their source. This is their mouths speaking. How can I be in trouble?
What words did they get you on a video that you shared?
There's somebody sharing their papers. It floors me. I'm like, okay. And not only that, but the video, the channel that I got it from, it's still on their channel. They only strike me with it. The video is still available. You can go watch it right now. I just thought it was good and I wanted to share it with my friends. And
so that personal content creator is the one that actually struck you. If you end up appealing it,
they want it shared. They want it shared. It's silly.
Well, then that's what I'm trying to say. If you contact them, you can appeal it and it'll lift your strike. Because if not, you might have 90 days of not being able to live stream on that channel. But that's why I got 2 channels.
That's why I need someone else in my life. I need like a work husband that can just do these kind of techie things for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'll share my chicken salad with him at lunch. Cool. Maybe I'll even make him muffins and cookies every once in a while. That would be a fair trade, I think. Just to always have my tech work.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Man. Yeah, today I just kind of wasn't like, I was even going to hit you up and be like, I ain't feeling it right now. I don't think I want to go live, but I had to follow through. Mm-hmm.
Yes, because I'm like, this is, at least I knew I was going to do this today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was excited and...
Anytime you want to hook up and do something, lady, just hit me up. You actually have my personal phone number. I don't give that out.
I'm special like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
You hoorah, hoochie mama.
Oh, same here. You have mine. That's
right.
It's great to have yours, but see,
Exactly.
I don't know you, so.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. You gonna shut this down?
Yeah, I think I should. So with that being said, everybody in the chat land, nobody's told you guys lately, you guys are fucking awesome. You're doing a great job. Keep pimping that shit. For reals. Yes. And fuck you too. Nothing but love, trust, and believe. But we will see you next time. Laters, guys.